Welcome to Sting's Customs on Etsy. I make pin buttons designed for people who communicate differently or who appreciate clear, honest signals. They're helpful for neurodivergent folks, for people who struggle with social cues, or for anyone who wants to be understood a little better. They also make thoughtful gifts for people you care about. This button is for anyone who struggles with subtle hints or mixed signals. It lets people know you're not ignoring them. You just need clear communication. It's a fun, honest way to make social interactions easier, and it's great for neurodivergent folks who prefer directness. It also makes a cute little gift for someone who laughs at their own awkward flirting. And here's another version of the Bad at Flirting button. This one features the polydragon design. It's for people who might not identify as neurodivergent, or who just don't want to put a label on themselves, but still struggle with flirting or picking up hints. It keeps the message clear and honest, but with a style that fits folks who connect more with the poly community, alternative aesthetics, or just love this look. It's a subtle way to say, if you're interested, please just tell me directly, without having to explain it out loud. And for people who prefer something simple, here's a clean text-only version. No symbols, no colors, just the message. Some folks don't want anything that points to a specific community or identity. They just want a straightforward way to say, I'm terrible at hints. Please be direct with me. This one works for anybody who struggles with flirting or reading signals, but still wants something subtle they can wear anywhere. Here's a button a lot of people instantly relate to, especially if crowds, close contact, or surprise hugs aren't your thing. The personal space, awareness please design gives you a gentle way to set boundaries without ever having to say a word. The rainbow infinity symbol ties in neurodivergent pride, but honestly, this is useful for anyone who needs a little breathing room. It's great for school, work, conventions, or even just running errands. And it makes a super thoughtful gift for friends who get overwhelmed easily, or just appreciate people respecting their space. This one speaks to so many people, especially anyone who deals with sensory overload or gets overwhelmed in noisy or chaotic places. The message is soft but powerful. Please be gentle. It helps others understand that you're not being distant or moody. You just have limits. The rainbow infinity symbol shows pride and neurodivergent awareness, but the message itself is universal. This button can be a real lifesaver at events, school, work, or even just day-to-day errands. And it makes a really thoughtful gift for someone who's sensitive to sound, light, crowds, or just life getting too loud. Some people understand the world best when things are said plainly, and this button speaks exactly to that. Literal thinking, clear communication please is perfect for anyone who gets overwhelmed by vague instructions, hidden meanings, or indirect language. It gently reminds others to be straightforward, which can make conversations smoother and far less stressful. The rainbow infinity symbol connects it to neurodivergent pride, but the message fits anyone who just appreciates honesty and clarity. It also makes a thoughtful gift for someone who's always saying, just tell me exactly what you mean. Here's another button that fits perfectly with the ones about personal space and clear communication. This one focuses on boundaries, something a lot of neurodivergent folks rely on to feel safe and comfortable. It's a gentle reminder that everyone has limits, and those limits deserve respect. The design makes it easy to express a need without confrontation, which can be really helpful in social settings, at work, or even with friends and family. It's also a meaningful gift for someone who's learning to advocate for themselves or who needs a little support in holding their own space. Some situations make the heart race before the words even come out, and this button captures that experience perfectly. Social anxiety. Anxiety in progress lets others know you're trying your best, even if speaking or interacting takes a little extra time. It pairs naturally with the other buttons about boundaries and sensory needs, creating a gentle reminder for people to slow down and be patient. The rainbow infinity symbol ties it into neurodivergent pride, but the message reaches anyone who feels nervous in social settings. It also makes a caring gift for friends who struggle with anxiety and want a way to communicate it without feeling embarrassed. Executive dysfunction is something a lot of people deal with, even if they don't talk about it. This button gives a gentle, honest way to say, "I'm trying. I just need things broken down into smaller steps." It pairs naturally with the other buttons about anxiety, literal communication, and personal boundaries, creating a whole toolkit of support. The rainbow infinity symbol ties into neurodivergent pride, but the message fits anyone who gets overwhelmed when tasks pile up or priorities blur together. It's also a really thoughtful gift for friends who struggle with motivation, organization, or simply starting things, because sometimes a little understanding goes a long way. Hyperfocus is one of those things people don't always understand unless they've lived it. When you're deep in the zone, interruptions can feel jarring or even physically uncomfortable. This button gives a gentle, respectful way to say, "I'm not ignoring you. I just need to finish what I'm locked into right now." It pairs naturally with the other buttons about executive dysfunction and sensory overload, creating a whole set that supports how different brains work. The rainbow infinity symbol highlights neurodivergent pride, but anyone who gets absorbed in art, projects, gaming, or work will relate. It also makes a perfect gift for the friend who disappears into their hobbies for hours without realizing it. Not everyone picks up hints or subtle body language, and that's completely okay. This button lets people know, kindly and upfront, that you do best with direct communication. It pairs really well with the buttons about literal thinking and clear communication, all of them working together to help reduce misunderstandings and stress. The rainbow infinity symbol gives it a neurodivergent friendly touch, but the message applies to anyone who's ever said, "I'm not great at reading between the lines." It also makes a thoughtful gift for friends or partners who appreciate honesty, clarity, and straightforward conversations. Here's a button so many people will relate to, especially those whose natural resting face it's misunderstood. Neutral face, not mad, is a simple way to let others know you aren't upset or annoyed. You just don't always show emotion the way they expect. It fits perfectly with the other communication buttons in this collection, helping reduce awkward moments and misread signals. The rainbow infinity symbol adds that familiar neurodivergent pride touch, but the message works for anyone who's ever had someone say, "Are you okay?" when nothing was wrong. It also makes a great gift for friends who constantly have to explain their expression. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my little corner of the internet. If you enjoy content like this, feel free to follow my YouTube channel. That's where I post updates, projects, and a lot of behind-the-scenes work. And every now and then, you might catch me streaming a game or hanging out live on Twitch or Kick. It's always a chill, welcoming space, and I'd love to see you there. You can also follow my Facebook page if you want regular updates, new designs, or just to stay connected across platforms. All of the links to my social media are listed in my channel description, so they're easy to find. And if any of these buttons spoke to you, or you want to check out the full collection, the link to my Etsy shop is in this video's description. Your support means the world, and every follow, share, and purchase helps me keep creating things that genuinely help people communicate their needs. Thanks again for being here, and I hope to see you around the community.